Today in these slides we are discussing about sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Here the first slide it is showing both the male parts and female parts of a flower, that is androecium and gynoecium. The androecium consists of filament and anther, which is commonly called stamen, and the female part consists of style, stigma and ovary, which contains ovule. Here it is also showing sepals, thalamus, pedicels, etc. In the second slide, we are discussing about the various parts of plants, that is calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. What does calyx consist of? You can see it is a green outermost hole, protects the flower in the birth stage, that is the sepals. Acha. Then it is corolla. Corolla means petals. Here it is bright colored inner hole and which attracts the pollinators. That means various agents like bees, honeybees, butterflies, etc. And then it is androecium, which is called the male parts of the flower, and gynoecium. You can see in the slides. Here in the third slide, we can see the male, that is the androecium, and female, that is gynoecium. What is male androecium consist of? This is anther and filament. Anther, which actually contains the pollen grains. When it's matured and burst, it gives out the pollen grains. And the female, there is three parts: the gynoecium, that is stigma, style, and ovary. Here we are discussing about the typology of flowers. That is, flowers is complete flower and incomplete flower. Complete flower means which is both the androecium and gynoecium. What is incomplete flower? Incomplete flower is unisexual flower, which has unisexual staminate and unisexual pistillate, and neutral flowers. Staminate means what is there? Only male part should be there. And what is pistillate? That means only female part should be there. Then next slide. Now this slide is showing the pollination takes place. You can see the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of another flower is called the pollination. And there is two types of pollination is there: self pollination and cross pollination. Next slide we can see all these things. Here we can see the pollinations. Okay, what is self pollination? Within the same flower or between the two flowers of the same plant, that is self pollination. What is cross pollination? When the pollination takes place between the two flowers of different plants, between two flowers of completely different plants or the same species. And the self pollination, no external agents are required. But in cross pollination, there is highly dependent on agents like wind, water, and various agents like bees, honeybees, butterflies, etc. This slide is showing all these things. Now, you can see in this slide there is the various agents, or vectors which is actually help in the pollination. You can see the insects is there. Insect means here the honeybees it is showing, then butterflies are there and other also insects, even birds are also there, which is very much essential for the pollination, cross pollination. There is wind is there, water is there, so all these things are there, it is showing. Then in this slide you can see insect pollinated flowers and wind pollinated flowers. Uh, So wind pollinated flowers means here this is very small. This is pollen grains are very small and white, and this is no scent or nectar is there. No need of any attraction of the insects or other vectors. But insect pollinated means they are brightly colored or they have very good fragrance, so that it can attract the other that is insects, butterflies or other insects towards it. So it is showing here. So this slide it is showing that is hybridization of flower, that is crossbreeding. This hybridization is gives a high yield with disease-free resistance. That means production will be more high yield and the disease resistance, so that no disease will it should prevent the diseases. So there is four steps are there. First step is what they are telling: the stamens of a bisexual flower are carefully removed before their anthers mature. In the second stage, it is called bagging, and the third stage, once the stigma matures, the selected pollen from the second variety is manually deposited into it. And the third, the resulting of the seeds grow into a new hybrid plant with the targeted characteristics on both the parents. So this is called hybridization. So we can get the required quality and disease resistance or disease free plants. So this is the most important slide which they are showing the fertilization takes place, how the fertilization takes place. First is activation, a pollen grain which comes from an anther, that pollen grain deposited on the stigma swells and begins growing a pollen tube. Then the tube grows down through the style to reach the ovules hidden inside the ovary. Then the nucleus inside the tube divides to form two male gametes while it is passing to the ovary. Then it divides into two male gametes. The male gametes travels down the tube and fuses directly with the female egg cell inside the ovule. And the zygote formed. The fusion creates a single celled zygote which is eventually divide and grow into an embryo. See, after the fertilization takes place, means after the successful fertilization triggers, a dramatic structural transformation takes place here. Here it is showing the dramatic what is transformation takes place. The ovary swells up and ripens into a fruit. It is fleshy, or dry wells protect the seeds from the extreme conditions and pests. And the ovule. This ovule transforms into the seed. While these things is happening, the post fertilization, what is happening? The sepals, petals, stamens, stigma, and the style wither and fall away. See, after the fertilization over, now the seed is formed. A seed is a protective vessel containing a dormant embryonic plant. What is seed? There is two cotyledons or monocotyledons are there. When there is two cotyledons, it is called dicotyledon, and when there is single cotyledon, it is called monocotyledon or monocotyledon. What is cotyledons? That is cotyledons, two fleshy, short, curved structures attached to the axis, serving as a food reserve for the embryo. So cotyledons contains the food for the baby plant. And you see the two axes are the embryonal axis are there. It consists of two crucial parts. One is plumule and two is radicle. The plumule which converts into the shoot system, that means leaves, stems, it comes out from it, and radicle, the lower part, it is pre-programmed to grow downwards into the root system. See, this slide is showing the germination process. The germination process, three things are required. First is correct warmth required, second is moisture, and third is air is also required. Okay, so germination is the event where the dormant embryo becomes biologically active and initiates growth into a new independent plant. Okay, these require the required catalyst. Which are the required catalyst? Water, suitable temperature, and oxygen. These three things, what I told you, just it need moisture or warmth, that is moisture, or water, that is and correct temperature, that is warmth, and air, that is oxygen. All three things are required for germination. Now this is a very important cycle. This is reproductive cycle, forms a continuous self-sustaining biological loop. What? Adult plants, first it is showing adult plants. So adult plants, it produce the flower. From flower it undergoes the pollination. After it get pollinations, pollinations takes place, leads to the fertilization. After fertilization, there is triggers ovary to fruit and ovule to seed. Okay, then from their seed or fruit, it undergoes the germination. After the germination, again new plant grows. When the new baby plant grows, after few days it becomes adult plant, which will again bearing fruits, flowers. That flowers again undergoes the pollinations, and the cycle goes on. Now this slide is showing the ultimate goal of floral architecture and continuation of the species. That means engineered for fusion. Flowers are not merely decorative. Means it is not we are using only for decoration or using for puja purposes or using for other ornamental purposes. They are highly specialized biological engines designed specifically to facilitate the fusion of male and female gametes. That means fertilization takes place. If fertilization does not take place, how will get the seed, how will get the fruit, all these things takes place. Form follows functions. A flower's physical appearance, its color, size, scent and pollen weight is direct evolutionary adaptations to its specific pollinations, that is vector through the by the wind, water or insects, and the edible aftermath. Every true fruit consumed is a ripened botanical ovary, and every seed inside is a successfully fertilized ovule holding a dormant embryonic plant. This is telling in this slide. You can see all these things. First one, that is fusion. Second one, you can see the pollination takes place through the various vectors or insects. And the third one, you can see the ovary, that is fruit, and the seed. Thank you.